in the car making this video for you guys, so I hope you enjoy it. But no, I really wanted to talk about it to get some content out for you in relation to last week. So Trevor Lawrence, of course, threw 2 more interceptions against Louisville, and I wanted to break down why he threw those interceptions and what happened. And so I want to start out by saying this. I don't point out these things for harshness or to, down a player, which a lot of fans seem to think when you talk about the negative things that happen to their favorite players. But I don't do that. I did the same thing to Tua Tagovailoa, and I was right actually, about what I was stating. And actually earlier this year, I made a video about how unrealistic expectations can crush and harm a player more than anything. And I believe the same thing is happening to Trevor Lawrence. But let's immediately go into the 2 plays, 2 interceptions. The first one came in the first quarter at the 3-minute, 52-second mark. It's 3rd and 9, and they're in the red zone. So it's a shotgun formation. The running back is set to the left. They have trips wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. So Louisville rushed 3 and dropped 8. And Trevor Lawrence had a wonderful pocket here. Louisville is playing cover 3 defense, and you can see this by the field corner and the boundary corner and the free safety all play third zones, where the 2 corners play a third on both sides of the field, and the free safeties has the middle of the field. So the free safety is playing over the top in the middle of the field. So I'm harping on that so you can be aware of this, which makes Trevor Lawrence's decision quite puzzling here. The wide receiver he is throwing to is literally running a route toward that zone. So the wide receiver knows it, and he kind of slows down a bit, his speed on the route so that he can kind of, not run into that zone. But Trevor Lawrence threw the ball forward as if he was going to run full speed right into that zone anyway. So if Trevor Lawrence really wanted to throw this, he should have thrown it earlier and shorter, like a seam route. Or he could have led the wide receiver to the middle of the field. Speaking of, did you notice his far right wide receiver, who I believe is T. Higgins over there? He ran a dig route to the middle of the field, and he was open behind the zone. So that's the safer option on this play. So speaking of safe, so I'm going to tell you one more thing. Did you notice his running back on the check down directly to his left, wide open? He had no business throwing this ball where he did, and he just clearly forced the ball trying to make a big play. And as I said, Tua Tagovailoa struggled with this last year as well, and he has to learn how to take a check down. And this is just something you grow in. People forget that Trevor Lawrence is a true sophomore, but it's just something that you can't make mistakes. But also, you can't expect a quarterback to be like a big-time superstar just because they were part of a great team that beat Alabama in the national championship. You got to let them develop and figure things out. But there were 4 decisions here that he could have made that would have been better alternatives to the decision he actually made. There's just something he has to learn from. Now, in the closing seconds of the first quarter, here's the second interception. It's 2nd and 9. Same formation, but the running back is set to the right. Louisville rushes 3 again and dropped 8. So there's 8 people in coverage. You got to keep in mind, they're probably going to try to do the same thing here. The great pocket again. And first off, the running back is open in the flat. So the check down is there directly to his right. This is guaranteed yak yardage here right there. Go ahead and take that play if you can. Once again, cover 3 zone, but this time the strong safety carried his wide receiver up the field, up the seam in his zone. Which is why Trevor Lawrence's decision here is so puzzling once again. He once again went for the close wide receiver on the inside route on the wrong throw. This is straight forcing the ball. There's no need to do this. You just need to take your check down. There's no need to try to make a big play out of nothing. So what I'm always trying to say is that Trevor Lawrence is human. He is learning the same lesson that Tua Tagovailoa had to learn last year. When you're talented like this, sometimes you think you can do anything when you don't have to. And so I personally chalk some of this up to those crazy expectations that were set by fans and the media when some of this came up. And he may be feeling himself a little bit. There's no guaranteed way of knowing that, but I'm just kind of speculating a little bit. But either way, the solution is to not force these things and to just take what the defense gives you, because you can hit a big play at another time. So that's why Trevor Lawrence threw those 2 interceptions against Louisville. I'm just interested to see what he does with the rest of this season. Will he continue to make plays like this, or will he try to figure it out as the year goes along? Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time.